At Drew Pritchard's salvage warehouse in Conwy, North Wales, the team are flat out.
Well, there's a table just come in that Gavin needs to restore, actually.
Renovating salvage, buying and selling, photographing, and getting on with the day-to-day tasks of their business.
Go on, Drew.
Right, let's get off.
Drew's got access to an exceptional house, and he hits the road with friend and colleague from the antiques trade, Rob Black. From Conwy, they're driving 120 miles east to Wentworth Village near Sheffield in South Yorkshire.
We are off to Wentworth Woodhouse, and we're about to see the largest facade in Europe, and it is on a huge scale.
The original 12th century house was made of wood, hence Woodhouse in the name. It was rebuilt in 1725 by politician Thomas Watson Wentworth before being passed to the Earls Fitzwilliam. The facade, or front of the house, is more than 600 feet wide, twice the width of Buckingham Palace. Its recent owner bought the Grade 1 listed building in 1999 and has taken on the gargantuan task of restoring Wentworth Woodhouse to its former glory. Today, it's managed by Tom McWilliams.
There are 365 rooms in the house, and most of them need some renovation. The owner's been here for 14 years, done a lot of work, but you've got to imagine that every room in this, it's a colossal job. I mean, it's taken 2 years to do one room. That sort of timescale, it's not a 5-minute makeover job, these. So yeah, it's going to be an ongoing thing for a long, long time.
I've got a feeling we'll end up in the outbuildings, and in some ways I hope we do, because that's where, you know, all the detritus and broken furniture over the years
exactly.
always ends up there, because they're not going to cart it to the tip, are they?
Hopefully we've got something that'll be of interest to him, and hopefully we can agree to some prices, because I'll be selling it on behalf of the family.
Oh, this must be it here, is it? I suspect this might be our destination.
That is pretty spectacular. That's not it. That's the stable.
That's the stable block. OK.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. That'll be it then.
Look at that. That's huge.
That is stunning.
We've got to go through every single one of those rooms.
Well, it's breathtaking, isn't it?
Hello there.
Drew? Tom.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Right, I'm Rob.
Hey, Rob. Nice
Hello.
to meet you.
And you.
As he said, we drove round and he goes, where's the house?
Yeah, it's a big house, isn't it?
Isn't it the biggest facade?
In Europe.
Really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to paint it.
No.
No. Right, can we have a bit of a tour?
Sure, come on in.
You might need a bigger van.
Yeah, you might do.
Oh, lovely. God, it's like a visual assault already. There's
Pillar tall, this.
So who designed this bit?
There's been a few architects designing this house. 3 or 4, actually. It's taken so long to build.
Love the statue as well. How old is this piece?
This piece is back to the 1700s.
Never seen anything like it. It's absolutely enormous. I can't quite get my head around it. And if you're playing house top trumps, I've won, huh? Yeah, it's that. We've got the opportunity to go through more or less the entire building, over 300 rooms. I've got to find something. If I can't find something here, I just should pack it in. Look at that statue there. Is that marble or plaster?
That's marble. It's over 2,000 years old.
No.
It's come from Herculaneum, near Pompeii.
You don't get many of those, do you?
You don't get them at B&Q, do you?
That is spectacular. Who's going to go first, then? What do you think it's worth?
I mean, it's got to be in the sort of 10 million mark.
2.5?
No, way behind.
Really?
Really. It's the only one in the world. I believe it's worth more than the houses.
Right.
It's absolutely jaw-dropping. The scale is amazing. The quality of the carving is breathtaking. Have we got a room full of some of these that you don't use?
No.
Oh, my word. Wow. Oh, I'm lost for words. That's unbelievable.
This is mind-blowing on the grand scale, isn't it?
So this would just be the grand hall for entertaining?
Just for entertaining this, yeah.
Dancing?
Yeah. And the floor actually was made with a fault in it. And they reckon it was for the children, to keep the children amused. And if you can see the 3 little diamonds in the floor,
Yeah.
there's one missing.
Oh, she had to say to the kids, go and find what's wrong.
Kept the kids entertained, yeah.
Keep me entertained for hours.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Oh, there's another one. You want to find it?
No. It almost needs now to be just saved. Don't touch it. Do the repairs necessary and then just leave it well alone. It's perfection. OK, so where are we going to next?
Let's take you into the long gallery.
Wow. Oh, yeah, this is fab, isn't it? That's lovely.
This took 2 years to do this one. I've taken every single window frame out, repolished them, recorded them, got them all working again.
Huge job.
And we've done all the gilt work on the ceiling, remarbled the columns.
Wow. Well, credit to you. Nice job.
Thanks.
My landing needs doing.
Does it?
Yeah. Can you nip round?
No, thank you.
I've never heard of this place. Incredible architecture and just oozing with history. It's a wonderful, wonderful building. So nothing in the house is for sale?
Nothing in the house for
Nothing
sale.
at all?
It's all in outer buildings, garages, stable block.
I think we'd better crack on.
Yeah.
Yeah? That's,
Sounds good.
I'd love to have a look around those.
Yeah, good. Come on.
Tom leads them first to the stable block, an impressive 18th century building in its own right.
This was just the stables.
Just the stables.
How many horses do you need?
Over 100 horses were stabled here for use by family, guests and servants. They would have been worked hard. In the 18th century, more than 100 servants were employed in the house alone.
That is the biggest urn I've ever seen.
There was a fountain in the centre of that.
So can you remember that working?
No.
It's not that old. Blimey, look at that.
Needs some repair though now.
It does, but it's still beautiful as it is.
Yeah, yeah. Where would you find another like that?
Never.
Leaving behind the grandeur of the fountain, they head indoors.
So what have you got stored in here then? Is there a storage area?
Storage area down here, there might be something of interest down here.
Project room and technician. At least they left it tidy. These, yeah?
Yeah, not for sale.
No, it's not enamel. No, if they were enamel, yes.
I've
been looking for one of those.
I thought you had. You said the other evening.
Handy, yeah, handy. No idea. Just a collection of bits, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any more to see?
A few bits in there might be of interest to you.
We spotted a couple of things as soon as we walked in. There's a spectacularly good weather vane. Is this off the building, Tom?
Yeah, that's off the South Tower, which unfortunately is
it's
going
cast
back.
iron. I thought it would be copper. Valuable thing, rare thing, desirable thing, easy to sell, all of those things. That's remarkably good, isn't it? I should imagine, I'm going to ask anyway, but I should imagine that's staying here, isn't it?
That's
I
stopping
thought
here,
so,
that.
I thought so. Rob, check that out.
Oh, very nice.
And there's one of the most spectacular mounted skull and horns of any animal I've ever seen. Isn't that
Very impressive, yeah.
The curve of that goat, it says on the back, was so good, almost coming right round back on itself. It's got a listing number on it. So that has to stay too.
Yes.
It does. That means it should be kept with the property. So I don't think I can touch that anyway. Let's carry on. Nothing in here, I'm afraid.
Yep, OK. You go in this door here.
Oh, mind your step, guys.
There are 2 doors.
Where did you get those from? They're off like a submarine or a... No, they're a boat. I have to say, on the list of things we think we'd find in this big country house, it's not that.
They're cool.
Give us a price. Because I don't know. I really don't know. I love this. I love the paint finish on it. Superb. These are seized up. They're absolutely solid.
These steel, watertight ship's doors date to the early 20th century, but their provenance is unknown. Although it would require too much work to restore them to working doors, they could be sold as quirky display items, fetching about £150 each.
They're sort of good but useless. Do you know what I mean? What would you like for them?
I haven't got a clue with that.
Hey, that makes three of us. Can they be 150 quid for the pair?
Ace salvager Drew Pritchard is in South Yorkshire, visiting Wentworth Woodhouse, Britain's biggest privately owned home.
Wow.
In the outbuildings, he's come across these intriguing ship's doors. Drew's offered estate manager Tom McWilliams £150 for the pair.
Because I think that's all I want to pay for them. Because they're just... Do I really want them? 150 quid, I'll take a chance. They'll either sell the next day or I'll have them for years.
Yeah.
Don't blame me. Probably paid about 5 times what they're worth. What can I do with those doors? No idea. Sell them at a profit quickly. I think it's probably the best thing I could do with them. Dust them down, wash them, photograph them correctly, put a reasonable price on them, and they'll be gone. You've got your work cut out. You've got about 30 years of work here to turn this place around.
Just about, yeah.
Oh, wow, look at this. Was this the riding school?
This was a riding school originally, yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is amazing. What are you going to do with this?
Possibly use it for wedding functions.
You might want to take a look at this.
Yes. That's all right, isn't it?
I like that.
Pretty scuzzy condition.
Yeah.
This early 20th century industrial clock is unmarked, so was not made by a major manufacturer. But its size and bronze finish make it appealing, and with considerable restoration, it could sell for about £500.
We'll give it to our clock restorer guy.
Yeah.
And he converts them for me, 65 quid. And he puts a new motor on the back. 60 quid. It's rough. Usually I pay about 100 odd for them, but it's rough as hell.
65.
Sold. These clocks are always desirable, but they have to be working. And as with most things in life, bigger's better, and that's not bad. So if we get quite a big one, they tend to sell really well. So where are we going next?
The garage here now. One or two bits that may not interest you. With an old Mini under wraps.
Now, Minis, I love them. They're just one of the best cars ever made. I've had a few of them. All of them dogs, never had a good one. So does it run?
Yeah, it did do.
I've got quite a lot of cars at the moment. I've got about 10 cars, I think, so I don't really buy any more. God, I haven't had a Mini in years. The last time I bought a Mini, it was 40 quid. But then behind the Mini...
There's the old incubation cabinet. What the old gamekeepers used to have for it, putting their eggs in.
Is that metal?
Yeah.
Have you got the doors?
I believe we did have. So it'll just take some digging out. I'm sure we got them.
There's oak sides, cast iron base. Probably estate made looking at it, but that cornice is pretty good.
Everything you're saying just makes you think heavy.
That is heavy.
Yeah.
In the mid-19th century, this cupboard was filled with eggs getting ready to hatch. It needed to be sturdy and well insulated, so it was built with oak panelling over a cast iron base and steel linings on the shelves and interior. With extensive restoration and doors, it's worth around £1,000.
Where are you going to see another one?
No.
It's very much up my street, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
If you found the doors, I'd definitely be interested.
Yeah, I'm sure we've got them somewhere.
Where on earth do we start looking for the doors? They must be in here, I suppose.
Hang on, Drew. I think these are the doors.
Oh, yes. Can we pull those out? Oh, they're great.
Fantastic.
I've never bought a steel egg incubator cupboard before.
They're expensive.
But they are new. It's going to restore beautifully. Take a flyer, £200.
225.
Sold. Thank you. It's a rare item, desirable item. It's just going to look super cool. I mean, it really is going to look one of the coolest cupboards you're ever going to be able to buy. It will look superb done. It's going to take a lot of work. Anyway, very happy with that. Can you load up that one? We'll go and get the doors.
Okay.
And I think then we're just going to load up and we're done.
House.
Today has been spectacular. It's been fun. It's been incredibly interesting. I've bought some great items. They're not that heavy, actually.
So these are sort of battleship grade?
Yeah, yeah. Been around this amazing house, and I found good, interesting bits, particularly one that I can't wait to see restored.
Working with Drew, some of the things he's looked at, I wouldn't have given him a second thought.
Tom, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Appreciated it, really.
And it makes you look at things slightly different and think, yeah, there's something in that. Nice chap to deal with.
Well,
That's a big one.
what was your favourite bit then?
Statue on the staircase.
Yeah.
I've never seen one that good, ever.
No, I mean, even in the British Museum, places like that.
It's staggering. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
We did our biggest house clearance ever yesterday. In the biggest house you could ever clear.
Really?
365 rooms. Largest facade of any building in Europe. But,
Oh, not a lot.
battleship
we
doors.
Oh, no.
I've never owned any of these before. I don't
Probably
think I'm
never
going,
will
with the look of your
again.
face, I don't think I'll bother doing it again.
A complete waste of money, in my mind.
Aren't they cool, though? Yes? No? No? Mistake? I'll turn a profit on them.
We'll be looking at them for the rest of our lives. Something better.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Rob found this one.
Oh, well done, Robert.
Oh, great, another clock.
Another clock. How many have we got on the go now? About 9? Just polish all the white paint off and then leave it. I'll save the best till last,
You said?
which is this. It's a steel and oak incubation cabinet,
What?
but it's an early one. The sides are oak. But look at this. This is all cast iron. Cast iron bracket foot.
That must weigh a ton.
If it proves too hefty, the back is just bolted on, so we'll unbolt the back and put a piece of timber on.
I'm looking forward to seeing the finished item. Drew can see past that. I nearly can.
Great kitchen cupboard. Super larder. I'm very, very pleased with it.
All in all, he's had a really good buy, bar those waste of money marine doors. I give up on those.
Rebecca might have to eat her words, as a couple of days later, a very astute customer arrives at the showroom.
Come with me. Okay. I've got something that might be right up your street.
Excellent. Ah, brilliant.
Because you have got the best fish and chip shop in Wales.
Thank you.
If I can have free fish and chips from me and my son next time we come in, right? 150 quid. The pair. That's what I paid.
Yeah, it's a deal, buddy. Yeah, like it. And we're trying to do this new shop, so it's all reclaimed bits and pieces, the floors, the tables, the chairs, just to keep up with that sort of ethos, really. And those doors will look cracking on the wall. I mean, they're just something that you don't see every day, so, you know, why not?
Here you go. Sold. The pair of maritime ship doors, sold. Gone.
Well, that was a fluke.
It's not a fluke.
It is a fluke.
It's not a fluke, it's what we do.
You bought it for how much?
150.
And you sold it for?
150.
Plus 2
Bag of
fish and chips.
Yeah.
Gavin, meanwhile, has fired up the forklift so he can start work on the incubator cabinets.
Cool. A lot of work? Yeah. Okay, sides. Just get them back, take those back to just a natural finish on there. Just don't get rid of any of the age, leave it all on there. The only problem you've got is this one. I didn't even see that. You have to strip that, won't you? And then can you get stuck into the top here with heavy-duty grinding wheels on there. Just let me have a look at, see what it comes up like. That's nice. See that finish there? That's the finish, Gav. So, quick sand down, light coat of paint, and then burnish.
It will take a full day to sand and paint the cabinet and the doors to Drew's exact specifications. And while Gavin toils away, it's time for Drew to get back on the road with tea. From Conwy, they're driving 280 miles north to Glasgow, Scotland's largest city. Set on the River Clyde, which connects it to the Atlantic, Glasgow has been a major trade and industrial hub since the 18th century.
Glasgow, fabulous city, fantastic architecture. Industrial revolution, shipbuilding,
Yeah.
all of that going on.
Nice.
All good. And we are going to Glasgow Architectural Salvage.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the only architectural salvage yard of size left in the town.
Glasgow Architectural Salvage opened down near the docks 11 years ago. But for owner Ben Kingston, salvage has been a lifelong passion.
I grew up in London and spent most of my youth mucking around on the River Thames, picking up old bicycles and bottles and bits and bobs and mucking around in the mud. And I've always had a love for old things, really. I'm not quite sure what to expect from Drew today. He's very much a man of his own mind. I'm sure he'll see something that takes his fancy. And whether he's lucky enough to prize it from our grasp, I'm not quite sure.
Ben.
Pleased to meet you.
Drew, how are you?
Pleased to meet you. Right, how you doing?
Yeah. Wow, well this is bigger than I expected. So you've got all sorts here. So you're mainly
sorts, really.
salvaging from Glasgow? Everything's from Glasgow?
Central Belt, really. Glasgow, Edinburgh.
You must have found some wonderful things here.
Yeah, of course.
Was it the early or late 19th century here that the real money happened?
Late 19th century.
Late 19th century, and what brought that in?
It's the Clyde.
Really?
Shipbuilding and all the trade that came across from America and so on.
What's this? That's great, look at that.
It's quite rustic.
I like that. It's in a terrible state. Yeah, I love that, but it's actually, I don't know whether it's too rough for even me. Got a clock face, I've just bought one of those.
I'm afraid I know it was sold almost about a year ago. They've paid half of it.
I hate it when people do that. I just get so excited going to salvage yards. No reproduction, all original kit, sourced locally. There's some extraordinary things in here, things you'll never see again. Where did these come from?
We found them in the basement of a hospital. Can only assume it's part of some sort of fundraising type thing they would have had.
How bizarre. They're extraordinary.
They are, yeah.
Extraordinary. I've never seen the like. And I don't quite understand what they're for or why.
The three naive heads, carved from tree stumps, are all shown smoking. They may have been made by World War II soldiers recuperating in the small hospital that Ben later salvaged. Their striking colour and untouched condition give them a combined value of roughly £1,000.
They've got an incredible presence and feeling about them. How they've been made it's all wrong. But they've just got lumps of wood and hacked them out and slapped some paint on, and there's an absolute charm to them. I think they were a game.
I think you're probably
And
right.
I think they're on a stand like that, and they've all got a flat head, which is really unusual. So I think they had something on top that you threw,
Ah, okay, yeah, quite possibly. Yeah.
and to knock it off.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Or maybe that, I just don't know. How much are they?
I do want to keep those, I'm afraid.
You're kidding?
No,
You can't, no. Look.
I'm sorry, no.
If you're going to put it in your shop, it's for sale. Come on, let's talk.
Nope, we're going to keep those. Just those three.
Absolutely no way. No how.
Salvage hunter Drew Pritchard is on a shopping expedition in Scotland.
Glasgow, fabulous city, fantastic architecture.
And at Glasgow Architectural Salvage, he has his heart set on this trio of naively carved heads.
They're extraordinary. I've never seen the like.
But owner Ben Kingston is disinclined to sell.
I have 3 children. That'll be one for each of them when they are a little bit older.
Really?
I do like them, yeah.
I can make you bid on them. I just throw it out there and then it's there.
OK, this is the fishing hook, is it?
Oh, no, this is business. I'll give you £500 for them.
Yeah, I'll take that. OK, that's fine. OK.
I don't have a customer for them. I don't know what they are. I don't know who made them. I don't know what age they are. But I love them. I think they're wonderful.
It's amazing how Drew always finds the thing that people don't want to sell in their shop.
That's because he has good taste, probably.
They're so interesting, aren't they?
Yeah.
You don't have to, I feel slightly guilty now. A little wave of guilt came across me then.
It won't last.
It'll go. Yeah.
He obviously likes those yellow heads as much as I do, and therefore, well, sometimes you have to let these things go.
Where's your sort of backroom storage stuff?
Inaccessible.
Where do you keep the good stuff?
In my house.
Whenever I go to any dealers, I always say, can I have a look in the back room or get in the office or in the back of the van? Because there'll be things they'll have forgotten about. So is this your own personal stuff?
Some of it is, some of it is. Cool. It's a bit of a midden.
A midden? What's a midden?
It's a Scottish word for a sort of tip, really.
Drew's got much midden in his.
I've got a lot of midden.
Middens are where the best stuff is.
This is a very well organised midden.
Silent sausage machine.
Silent sausage. It's like a superhero. Is that a roof vent there?
It's not, it's a light.
That's a light.
It's quite a Moorish-looking light. It's from a church in Fife.
Get rid of Extraordinary, yeah. It is Moorish, isn't it? Sort of. The more I look at it, it's Gothic Revival, pure Gothic Revival. And I do think it was a vent. I don't think it was a light its whole life. It's been adapted. I think it's been made up as well. That's something else. See this here? See this welding here? And then that's been bolted
It's
on.
quite
the bottom.
possible.
Lots of good welders. in there.
Absolutely.
But you can imagine underneath this, it's got a really nice polychrome sort of Puginesque purples and golds underneath there. How much is it?
I think we'd like sort of 300 quid for it.
No. Let's leave it.
OK.
Moment of doubt, must leave it. Cool, original, nice. But it's a very difficult thing to sell. And I'm really trying to be strict myself and only buy stuff I can definitely sell. Have you got any more middens?
There's an upstairs bit of midden.
Is there?
Yeah,
Let's
but-
do it. Okay, so what's this? Just pew storage?
Pew storage, fireplace storage, other bits of storage,
Over there.
stuff. We keep bits of lights over there.
Bits of lights.
Oh,
You know, I
waiting
mentioned some
restoration.
lights I was looking for.
Yeah. Holophane.
That.
Sadly cracked, but the
Oh,
cradle's quite
gutted.
nice. Then if it wasn't cracked, it wouldn't still be here.
Oh, that's...
It's a shame, isn't it?
I haven't got... I mean, I buy Holophane parts in any state. You've got more of them.
But I'm not sure if you can get in there very easily.
I really don't want to slip now.
There was a replacement toilet, but we don't need it anymore.
I think this toilet's going to give way and I'll lose all my gentleman's vegetables. Is that safe to stand on? Not really.
Well,
Are all these broken in some way?
no, not necessarily. I think the two with tops on are probably OK.
Right.
And I think the one on the right is just missing its base.
These 1920s Holophane pendant lights have attractive bronze strapwork frames and are a rare find. Most appear to be broken, but even if one complete light can be pieced together from the parts, it could be worth about £500.
We'll always buy any parts, even just bits, and they're a good find. It's a shame they're all broken. What do you want for the package? Say that broken one, that missing one, these parts and those bits. And I'll take my chances on them because they're mostly broken. There might be two decent ones amongst them.
A couple hundred quid.
Cheeky bid, but I mean, can we do 150 for the set? All of it?
That should be fine.
Yeah?
I'll take that. Yeah,
Thanks, Ben.
no problem.
These are good. These are great lamps. But looking at them in detail, there's two I can sell. Okay, so there's the money. We'll come back for those. Let's get a box before we do any more. The only other thing I spotted was, when we arrived, The plumbing sign or plumber sign.
The one I had to climb onto the roof in bad weather and...
Where did it come from? Which part of the city?
Perth. Actually in Perth. I think it's a homemade thing by the plumber, you know. But
just
it's,
scratch built?
Yeah, it's at...
How much is that?
I'm going to keep that. It's our plumbing
We've been
section.
here before, haven't we?
We have been here before, but this time I'm going to...
Resist. OK. Should we play the same throwing a figure out game?
I'll just pretend not to hear you. No, I'd like to keep the plumber sign.
OK, well, I feel that wave of guilt's coming across me again.
It doesn't normally stop you.
No, nothing will stop me this time. OK, no, I'll leave. I'll respect your wishes. How's that?
Thank you very much.
You sure? Like hundreds of pounds you're turning down now?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure there's more to life than money, isn't there?
Don't be ridiculous. Ridiculous. Grow up.
Never.
Great, aren't they? God, I wonder what they were. Superb. A proper salvage yard. Good stuff, good guy, fantastic selection, and just in the sort of condition I love to see things. Interesting bits. Holophane, they made such a variation.
Fucking went rather well. He seems like a nice chap. He managed to prize something out of me, which I didn't think I was going to sell.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for selling me those heads.
It's a pleasure.
I know it was painful parting.
Yes, but you have to live with a bit of pain, don't you?
Yeah, hey, that's what we do.
I've got to go out this afternoon and buy some radiators, so the money will come in handy. It'll all be gone by 6 o'clock tonight. Nice to meet you too.
You. Cheers.
All right,
Thank you.
all the best.
Brilliant place. Loved
Cool.
it.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Those are good, those heads.
Very good. Very pleased. I'd have driven to Glasgow for those. Now that's the salvage yard worth going to.
Drew and T are staying up in Scotland for the night as they're due to visit a tartan mill the following day. It's an ideal opportunity to sample the local fare.
Dinner's on the way.
Lovely.
I think there's a bit of surprise coming your way, T.
Really?
Yep.
I'm just shocked that I'm allowed inside.
Ah, what's this?
There we go. We've got haggis, neeps and tatties
Ooh.
and some of the Roxburgh blend whiskey there as well for you.
Thank you so much.
You're very
Lovely.
welcome.
Interesting. I don't eat meat.
You don't eat meat? No. I do. I'll eat it.
What kind of animal is a haggis then?
They're quite rare. Haggis, usually they migrate in herds, and they're about that big. They're like a small sausage dog type thing. And what they do is they migrate across the Highlands.
Right.
And when they come south, they kill them.
Oh, they're like lemmings, are they?
They're like lemmings, yeah. Imagine a sausage dog with a hedgehog's face. It smells lovely. This is right up my alley, though. I like this. They're mainly farmed for their fur, haggis.
Well nourished and rejuvenated, the next morning Drew and T drive 80 miles east to Selkirk in the Borders. The Royal Borough of Selkirk is famously where William Wallace was declared Guardian of Scotland in 1298 after he defended Scotland against the English at the Battle of Stirling Bridge.
Okay, we're off to see DC Dalgleish Tartan Specialists Factory.
All right.
But this isn't any old tartan factory. This is the last real handmade tartan factory in Scotland, nay, the world. I kid you not.
Right.
Och and I.
The DC Dalgleish Mill opened in 1947, selling handcrafted custom tartans. Despite an impressive client list including the Queen, the Dalai Lama and Nelson Mandela, the demand for custom-made tartans declined. The company was about to fold until local businessman Nick Fiddies took it over.
3 years ago now, as we stepped in to rescue it, like other companies, Scott Webb was their largest customer, and we didn't want to see it die because it's the last of its kind.
And he saved the business.
Was it going on?
It was going out of business. He bought it for £1. Took it over. And the place hadn't been modernised in 50 years, which is why we're here, because that sounds like a good thing for us. 50-year-old stuff is fine with me.
It would be absolutely wonderful if he turned up some rare piece which we haven't spotted because, frankly, we've been pouring every penny of our savings into turning this mill around and relaunching it, and I could do with a nice cash injection right now.
Oh, here we go.
DC Deglish Limited Tartan Specialists. Hello. Hi, Nick.
Drew,
Hello, how are you doing?
welcome to DC Douglas.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
I don't know what to expect, really. I've never actually been to a tartan factory before.
I have no idea what you're here for either, so I'm just going to show you around and see if you find anything.
We're looking for haberdashery cabinets, machinery, stools, work stools, that type of thing. But I'm quite keen. What's that noise going on in the background?
Weaving looms. Want to see?
Yes, please.
So this is one of the single whip looms. These are the kilt making ones. And basically we can weave a single short length of any tartan in the world. And it's all done by hand. Hand knotted onto the loom, it's hand warped up the other end there. Even the chain that goes down there. Do you see that chain?
Yeah.
That's like a program for the machine for that particular tartan. And that chain has to be made by hand for every single weave.
It looks incredibly complex.
Well, this is tying onto the loom, which is, again, another hand process. So every single thread from the new weave is tied onto the thread of the previous one, which helps to guide it through the mesh.
You're making that look amazingly simple. I bet it's not.
When you produce stuff by hand, it's just got that feel.
Feel of
It's
quality.
hard to put your
You
finger
feel
on
the
it.
quality.
I compare it to bread. It's like difference between artisan bread and factory bread. It's just nicer.
You're right.
It is quite mesmerising.
One thing I absolutely love is old technology. There's no computers involved here. This is hand making at its purest form. The machinery is really quite beautiful, the way it's worn over maybe 100 years. And I just hope it stays here and continues. This is the finished product, is it?
It's the finest quality quilts you'll find anywhere in the world. There's 8 yards of fabric goes into that.
8 yards?
8 yards.
So what's this then as well?
That's the Kate Middleton scarf that she wore on the Thames at the Queen's Diamond Jubilee and a few times since.
So she bought this direct from you?
It was actually a wedding gift, I believe.
Literally, you can't feel it. There's nothing of it. Beautiful.
Just leave them there. It's
Okay.
fine.
OK, so obviously we're here to have a look around the sort of junky areas that you've got.
Well, why don't I show you around? You can poke around and see if you find
Yeah.
anything, because I don't know what you're looking for.
Well, nor
Usually
me,
collect-
really. We'll find the most amazing things in these old factories. I just bought 2 of these the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get hold of this stuff easily, you know? So what's this area now?
This is the main fabric store and also making area.
So what's up there then? Is that sort of junky area up there?
I don't really know what's up there.
Yeah.
I know what will be up there in a minute.
Yeah, me. We come out of the factory and then there's a sort of assembly room here where everything's packed and wrapped. And above it is a roof space. So this ladder looks...
Take care. I think it's okay if you're careful.
And that looks quite promising, because what you do with the roof space, you stand at the bottom and then you go, don't need that. You chuck it up there. Ooh. There's a few bits in here. There's definitely something around. I can just feel it.
Top salvage expert Drew Pritchard is in Selkirk, Scotland, visiting a tartan mill, and he's in his elements.
There's no computers involved here. This is hand making at its purest form.
So far, Drew's found nothing to buy, but he's optimistic about this roof space.
There's definitely something around. I can just feel it. These look intriguing.
Old sample books, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
These are incredible. I mean, I should imagine that most tartan makers would give their high teeth for this. That's an historical record.
It's so beautifully finished around the edges, even
staggering.
the detail that's gone into it.
That's the Rob Roy.
Yeah.
These I would never even attempt to buy off you. Those are obviously...
I don't think we'd want to give those away.
No, you'd have to look after
You'll
those.
understand why.
Yeah. Lovely. What a history to have. I would not buy those. Even if you said, you can have those for £1 each, I said, no, I'll give you £1 to keep them here. They really need to stay here.
There's one thing over here I was going to ask you about, just because you might know what it is.
Sure.
I have no idea.
What is it?
Oh, careful. I don't know what this is. You may have some idea. I thought I'd show it to you anyway. There you go, Drew. What do you reckon?
Portable record player.
I don't think so.
But it's not. That's a different type of
I
disc.
don't think so. And look on the record itself.
Dunsdale Mill Selkirk.
That's here. So it's uniquely produced for here.
So what would that be then?
Somebody suggested it might be a burglar alarm.
Really?
Yeah.
And what would that do?
And that would
Playing the siren or something?
Worship Satan.
OK, so you've no idea either?
No. I haven't got a clue. No idea. Don't know what it is. There's a phone line into it, into a record player, but it's also got a trip switch that when you take the top off, it stops working. Would I buy it? No. That's what I do like.
What's that basket?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at these.
Well, you saw one through there.
Yeah.
Just be used for holding yarns and things, I think.
These wicker baskets date to about 1900 and are beautifully constructed by hand. Their size, large handles and pine runners on the base make them very useful. With a clean, they could fetch around £400 each.
They're very dirty and they've got loads of oil impregnated into the surface, but there's two, and they're big, and they're handmade, and I think they're really quite beautiful. Would you want to get rid of them?
I don't think we're using them.
What would you want for them?
I think it's up to you to say, make me a sensible offer.
How about £200 for the pair?
Yeah, I reckon
That's
so.
fair. Thank you very much.
OK.
You can buy baskets for 30, 40 quid. But those, I don't know, they're just like a great feeling and a good history behind them. Tartan mill baskets, that adds to it.
With one sale in the bag, Nick leads Drew and T to a meeting room that may have more items of interest.
This I do like,
The dummy.
the dummy. Not him, this one. Well, I've seen this type before, but they're usually Parisian. This one's New York, by J.R. Bauman. It's a New York maker that I've not seen before. It's got all its original casters. It's heavily marked, so you can tell exactly where it's made. It's dated. It's got a good colour to it. Oh, right, flip your top off, love. Yeah. Oh, somebody's... Unfortunately, she's been tattooed badly with pencil and it's gone right through the linen on the top. Yeah, that's a shame, actually, that it's written on like that, 'cause it sort of ruined it for me. I can't really sell that now.
Just out of curiosity, what would you reckon its value would be
To me,
if it was unsullied?
I'd probably pay you £200 to £300 for it in unmessed with condition. Thought we'd found a really good item there, but just for that addition of that little bit of pencil marks, I can't buy it. I've got unlucky with the ladies again.
You got a dress off?
Wouldn't be the first time. I got a dress off and that was the end of it.
Nick has one last thing to show Drew. Tucked away in a haberdashery drawer with thousands of samples is one tartan that stands out because of its name.
Presley of Memphis. No
way.
And it's the good old
Presley of Memphis.
Red, white and blue with a nice touch of yellow.
That's gold dust. Elvis's tartan.
Well, I think we'll probably mention it.
I would. I'd have a big flag. I'd have a massive flag on the roof. I'd stand up there waving it all day long. Beautiful.
Yeah. It's been fun. I didn't know what to expect, but he spotted a few things I'd never spotted since we've been in this building, which I was impressed by. I'm sure you'll find a good home for them.
Yeah, we will.
I have to say, I'm also delighted that I stumped him with one item, the record player thing, which he doesn't know either, so I'm pleased to have outfoxed him on that level.
Thank you so much for showing us around.
It's been a great pleasure.
Amazing.
Thank you for coming. You've taught me too, so thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
See you.
See you around. Cheers.
That was superb today. I really enjoyed it because you've just seen the end of something and the best of something.
Yeah, those looms were amazing, weren't they?
The baskets are superb. Being Scottish as well, they're always a little bit more saleable because they do tend to be better made.
But that's not going to pay for our diesel, is it?
No. But I think we're in profit just because of those carved heads and the lamps. They saved our skin, basically. Give us a hand here, Gav. Been up to Glasgow Architectural Salvage, and we didn't hit the mother load, but we did get was very good. We've got some of these in bits. I think we can make one up with. Now that is the bottom of that thing.
Yeah. No.
Doesn't fit.
That belongs to this one.
What one? Oh!
And And that belongs to that one. Is it?
Maybe it might be a bit thick.
So it is.
There you go.
There you are.
You got it?
That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, now you're talking. Look at that.
There's 3, I think, complete ones there. So there's a really good profit there. But it was a gamble. He could have quite easily come back and nothing matched.
And then we've got these, which I love. These are a bit special.
What are they?
They were found in a army hospital.
Oh, what a lovely story.
Yeah.
I love the fags.
Aren't they great?
Yeah.
We're going to put some wooden mounts on these. Very, very simple wooden mounts. And I think these should be valued somewhere around £1,500 to £2,000 for the 3.
Wow. What a find. Drew's done, I don't know how many hundreds of miles this week. Not a huge haul at all. But some lovely pieces.
6 inches, that's it.
While Drew's been on the road, Gavin has finished the incubation cabinet from Wentworth Woodhouse, and it's utterly transformed.
It's exceptionally good now. It really does look the part. This is really good, actually. French polishing on the side of the colour. He's darkened it down a bit so it matches the doors. Put new timber shelves in it. Burnished it all, but just left enough. Painted the back, so that's just ready to go. Beautiful condition. It's cool. It's cool as hell. TV cupboard. Posh. You know, boys' bedroom. Restaurant full of glasses. You know, it's great.